YouTube, what's going on, people? I hope you're all doing well. But listen, firstly, I just want to say thank you to all of you who supported me so far. Our last video, you guys made it possible to hit 11k views. That is completely dope. So listen, we take those small W's. But anyway, I've got something different for you people today. We are going with my Iron Lung face tanking support build. The Iron Lung exotic is probably one of the best exotics right now for a build like this for PvP. And what it offers is incredible support to help your teammates. Literally, I was only testing this randomly, mucking around with some builds with some teammates in the dark zone and in conflict. And I just put together whatever pieces I had in the stash. And luckily for me, it worked well. So I thought, you know what? Let me share this. But yeah, this build is crazy. You face tank, it hits hard, and we're not even fully optimized. Materials is kind of tricky on this game right now. Definitely has so much builds to work on. So yeah, there's space for loads of improvement. But let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into the build breakdown. For my specialization, I'm using sharpshooter. And there's no real reason why, but it comes in handy having the breath control and having the emergency cleanse for those Ouroboros players. But you can literally use whatever you want. It's your preference. It doesn't matter which one it is. They all can affect the build in different ways. But an honourable mention will be the Firewall for that extra burn duration. For the weapons, the star of the show, the exotic LMG, the Iron Lung. And on here, I have LMG damage, max damage to targets out of cover, and max damage to armor. The talent is Ardent, which means shooting the weapon will fill up a meter, and that meter equivalent to 50% of the standard mag. When that meter is full, the bullets will put the enemies on fire. And when you're not shooting the gun, the meter goes down. Reloading or swapping the weapons will fully deplete the meter. For the secondary, we are going with the Vector ACP. To be honest, use whatever you want, but for me personally, I feel like this is the only other SMG that can rival the Ouroboros in terms of damage. And usually this is my secondary in all my builds. On here, I have max sub damage, max crit chance, and max damage to targets out of cover. The talent is Flatline, which amplifies weapon damage to pulse enemies by 15%, and after 4 kills applies pulse to the next enemy. For the sidearm, it doesn't matter, run anything you want. Now let's start with the gloves. We have the name picture of Contractor's gloves. The plan set gives us 10% LMG damage. On here we have rolled armor, and we also have damage to armor and crit damage. The knee pads, we have our first piece of Walker and Harris, and for the first piece of the brand set bonus, it gives us an additional 5% weapon damage. With armor rolled on here, we have crit chance and crit damage. The Holster is our first piece of Legmo, which gives us 20% explosive resistance. We have on here armor with crit chance and crit damage. The chest piece is our second piece of Walker and Harris, which gives us 5% damage to armor for the brand set bonus. It comes with weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage. I also threw on a crit chance mod. Now, preferably, I would like a drop where I can roll off that weapon damage for armor, but one hasn't dropped for me yet. The talent is Trauma, and what this does, it applies blind to enemies who get hit in the head for a 30-second cooldown. For the second part of the talent, when hitting enemies in the chest, it will apply bleed with a 30-second cooldown. Our mask is the second piece of Legmo, which gives us 25% skill health. We have armor on here, rod on crit damage, and it also has crit chance. We also fill in the crit chance mod. Now the backpack is the final part of the build, the third piece of Legmo, and it gives us 30% LMG damage because of the brand set bonus. It comes with armor, we have double crit, and a fill on a crit damage mod. The talent is Wicked, and what Wicked does is it increases our total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. The skill we have on here, we have the Defender Drone, which I use for a little bit more protection so I can last longer in battle. For the second skill, I have a Booster Hive, which gives us a little bit more weapon handling. And how I normally run these skills is that I'll throw down the Booster Hive, and then I'll throw up the Defender Drone, and then I'll pop into a fight. Here's the stats. 1.6 armor, which is on the tanky side usually. I normally play with less armor than that, but it feels good. Definitely from the face tank these builds. We have 363k health, 46% crit chance, which can be a little bit higher if this build was optimized. And normally someone in the team is always running the Coyote's mask, which will give us a bit extra crit. Crit damage is at 144%. We have 105% headshot damage, 90% armor damage. If you look here, we also have 70% LMG damage. Now, this build is one of my favourite builds for face tanking. Now, sometimes I like to switch up the team com depending on who I'm playing with, but this build hits hard. And this is one of my go-to face tanking support builds for my teams. Like, with this build, you will have so much fun. And as I said before, how I play this build is I'll throw down my skills before getting in the fight, and then I'll just stand in front of my enemy and we're just exchanging bullets, and normally they will go down. And the nice part about this build is you're also applying stats on your enemy, whether that be burn, bleed, or blind. So yeah, if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, and let's keep growing this channel. But anyways, until next time, peace.